It's time now for Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on a Sunday evening, April 24th, 2016. Good afternoon and evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins. I are 5 o'clock news on a Sunday afternoon. Top story at 5 is prominence went on where Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump surged Sunday toward another round of pivotal presidential primaries, and our party leaders face new questions about internal divisions that could complicate the nominee's general election chances. Chancellor Angela Merkel of Germany greeted President Obama on Sunday as he arrived for talks about trade and security issues. Two Antigua police department vehicles sit on April 24, 2016 as two were hurt in Wisconsin bomb shooting and deceased. Gunmen identified. Mountain View, a solar-powered airplane landed in California Saturday, completed a risky 3-day flight across the Pacific Ocean as a part of the journey around the world. An investigation into the execution-style murders of 8 World War family members will start a third day Sunday with no answer to the mysteries who committed these horrendous crimes or why. After so much Seoul, South Korea. North Korea Sunday that it successfully test-fired a ballistic missile from a submarine and warned of its ability to cut down its enemies with a dagger destruction. Sabah al-Wawi, Palestinian member 12-year-old Dima Ali-Wari, was in prison for Israel for allegedly attempted to carry out a stabbing attack against her daughter after a release from an Israeli prison in Jabari Khachuk went into the West Bank. Vienna, the Law and Order candidate of Austria's right-wing party, swept the first round of the presidential election on Sunday, went over 35% of the vote for the party's best-ever result. EU has struck a deal with Turkey over migrant sex, said press freedom topper with Turkish leaders won't turn over the cheek with those who slap us, Erdogan. In Rajshahi, Bangladesh, a student was arrested in a slaying of a university professor of Bangladesh that killed him was claimed by the Islamic State. Delhi, India's chief just made an emotional plea Sunday for help with a recruiting judges to task in an avalanche of backlog cases. The Hague, Netherlands, a Dutch journalist was detained in Turkey after writing a column alleged critical of Turkish President Erdogan. NBC 10 in Philadelphia has retained an audio police radio dispatch that went on in the Montgomery County Church on Sunday as an active shooter situation, a gunman shot a man during a church service at Keystone Fellowship Church in Montgomeryville. Fort Pierce, Florida. A Florida sheriff says the agency is investigating a fatal shooting of a motorist by a Fort Pierce police officer. What started as a would-be arrest at Kansas motel ended with 3 federal agents shot and the motel engulfed in flames. A married Oregon pet shop worker and a private prostitute with a cash from a Girl Scout donation jar tipped the sex worker for their services with a small exotic primate. Detroit, several cases of commercial-grade fireworks stolen from a train traveling to Chicago were recovered from a vacant Detroit field. Waterbury, Connecticut, a 20-year-old man was arrested Saturday after the U.S. Secret Service saw a tweet alleging a bomb threat on a Donald Trump rally in Waterbury, Connecticut. Gloucester, Massachusetts police chief were developing a program that helped opioid addicts get open and earn praise for the Obama administration. Gloucester Chief Leonard Campanella won at a 10 championship challenge scheduled to be honored at the White House on Friday. Campanella initiated an angel program last year that allows addicts to go to the police station and turn over their drugs and drug paraphernalia without being arrested. In return, they be connected to a volunteer angel who will get them help. This week, data releases from the U.S., UK, and Japan will give a read on where the global economy stands, and the Federal Reserve and Bank of Japan will meet and set monetary policy. New York environmental regulators refused to issue a permit for an international natural gas pipeline meant to help move fuel from Pennsylvania into New York City, Boston, and other parts of New England. About 38,000 runners competed in the London Marathon today. One of them ran in over 200 miles above Earth. British astronaut Tim Peake completed a 26.2 mile course on the International Space Station estimated time of 3:35:21. It's been 9 months since NASA's New Horizons spacecraft went zipping past Portillo, and data continues to trickle from the past, including some very strange images. For many years, New Jersey had the lowest suicide rate in any state in nature, but the statistics that have recently adjusted the nation's rate of suicide rose at a high level 3 decades, according to the release Friday. Lycopene, a reddish pigment that gives color to more foods like tomatoes, have been shown to help lower PSA levels in prostate cancer risk. Peter Chell News on 505. Time for a sports report. The Wheaton Lions baseball team ran into a buzzsaw as they fell to the Severn Maine Huskies 9-0. Okay, take a look at some NBA playoff scores. Golden State Warriors and Houston Rockets deadlocked at 56 apiece at halftime. San Antonio Spurs are over the Memphis Grizzlies 169-95. NHL scores: Washington Capitals eliminate the Philadelphia Flyers 1-0 and the Dallas Stars lead the Minnesota Wild at halftime 4-0. In Major League Baseball scores, it is St. Louis Cardinals over the San Diego Padres 2-0 in the top of the first. Pittsburgh Pirates trail the Arizona Cardinals 1-0 in the top of the second. Los Angeles Dodgers are leading the Colorado Rockies 4-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Miami Marlins San Francisco Giants tied at 1 in the bottom of the third. Seattle Mariners are leading the Los Angeles Angels 7-3 in the bottom of the fourth. Kansas City Royals leading the Baltimore 6-1 in the top of the eighth. Milwaukee Brewers leading the Philadelphia Phillies 8-5 in the top of the eighth. Bottom eighth, it's Chicago White Sox leading the Texas Rangers 4-1. Minnesota Twins are leading the Washington Nationals 4-3 in bottom of the ninth. Tampa Bay Rays defeat the New York Yankees 8-1. Toronto Blue Jays over the Oakland Athletics 6-3. Cleveland Indians over the Detroit Tigers 6-3. Chicago Cubs blink the Cincinnati Reds 9-0. And New York Mets edge out the Atlanta Braves 3-2. In MLS soccer score, San Jose Earthquakes and the Kansas City Sporting Kansas City 0-0 tie. Tonight, the Boston Celtics will be taking on Atlanta Hawks as they try to even the series at 2 games apiece. And the Boston Red Sox will be squaring up against the Houston Astros at 8:05 p.m. down in Houston on Sunday Night Baseball. Some sad news on the Patriot end. Ron Bass passes away at the age of 29, according to the Springfield Republican. Philadelphia, the Squiddy will begin in a matter of minutes when the NFL draft on Thursday when the Eagles expected to take North Dakota State quarterback Carson Wentz in the second overall pick. Barcelona, Spain, Rafael Nadal defeat defending champion Kenny Nishikori 6-4-7-5 to win the Barcelona Open for the 9th time on Sunday, equaling Guillermo Rivera's record of 49 career clay court titles. Peter Challenger's Arms now 5:08 on this Sunday. Sunday evening, it's time now for a travel report. Let's start it off down in Rhode Island, where we got 95 minutes up on top. We're having a couple of accidents here and slow spots at 95 northbound for Providence stretch. We got another accident around 95 northbound just before Route 146 in Providence. Another accident 95 just around Route 1 in Providence. 6 accident Little, so from Federal all the way to 95. But highways and byways around the Lingingate. Southeastern Massachusetts and Cape Cod highways are Lingingate. Southeastern Expressway the northbound side did so from the Braintree Split all the way to the Mass Pike. Southeast Expressway, southbound side, so from the Pike all the way to Dorchester, Mass Pike, eastbound side, also from Austin Bertos all the way to Logan Airport. Logan Airport, southeast Mass Pike on the westbound side, so from Logan Airport all the way to 93. 93 on the northbound side, so from Pike all the way after the Zakin Bridge. Route 1A on the southbound side, on the Summit Tunnel, so County looking good. 120 on the southbound side, so from Route 1 and Beverly all the way to Route 93 in Redding. 93 in the northbound side, got accidents for Route 128 in Peabody. In Redding, so expect some delays. Mass Pike on the westbound side, it did so from Worcester all the way to Auburn and IE. Mass Pike eastbound side, so from I-84 Service all the way to Auburn. 91 and then the southbound side, it did so from Tripoli all the way to Route 57 in Agawam. Up in Vermont, I-89, 99 when it's slow on the southbound side after the Canadian border. Highways and byways in New Hampshire, looking good. Acton, Maine, 295 on the eastbound side. It is so between the Freeport and some stretches. 95 on the southbound side. It's a little slow around 295 in the corner around the main traffic. Down in Connecticut. 91 on the northbound side. It is slow from from Glastonbury all the way up to I-84 in Hartford, I-84 in the eastbound side, so from Farmington all the way up to Hartford, I-84 in the eastbound side, so from Waterbury all the way out to Cheshire, I-84 the westbound side, so from Cheshire to Waterbury, I-84 on the eastbound side, it did so from New York State border all the way up to Newtown, Merritt Parkway in the eastbound side, so from Chilton all the way to Hampton, Merritt Parkway on the westbound side, it did so between Bridgeport and all the way out to Bridgeport and Merritt Parkway in the eastbound side, so from New York State border all the way out to Route 8 in Bridgeport, 95 on the southbound side, so from Fairfield and Norwalk, 95 on the northbound side, so from Greenwich all the way out to Fairfield, 95 on both ends, it's so from West Haven all the way up to New Haven, down to New York City. George Washington Bridge on both ends of this logo, 95 on the northbound side, so from I-80 all the way to the George Washington Bridge, 95 is northbound side, it's all around 278, 95 southbound side, so from 278 all the way out to the Zakin Bridge, all the way to the George Washington Bridge. Lincoln Tunnel on the eastbound side, its logo, Queensborough Tunnel, it's on both ends, and the Midtown Tunnel, it's slow. Holland Tunnel, it's slow on both ends. 270 on the eastbound side, it's so from Brooklyn all the way up to 4th Long Expressway. Long Expressway on both ends, it's so from Brooklyn all the way at the Crestline Parkway. 670 on both ends, it's so from Route 27 all the way to Long Expressway. Vernon's Bernard's Bridge, it's slow on both ends, and 278, it's slow after the Vernon's Bernard's Bridge. 270 on the westbound side, it's so from 95 all the way at the Bronx. I-70 on the eastbound side, so from Newark all the way to Jersey City. 278 on the eastbound side, also after Route 95 Newark. New Jersey turback Lincoln from New York all the way down to Delaware, except for a little slow spot on New Jersey turback just before 295 and down in South Jersey just before the Delaware border. Atlantic City Parkway on the westbound side, a little slow around in Galway Strait, but Carter State Parkway is moving from Wildwood all the way up to New Jersey. 76 on both ends, so from 676 in Philadelphia to 476. We got an accident 276 westbound, just around 476, so expect some delays around the Pennsylvania Turnpike. But otherwise, it's looking from Philly to Pittsburgh. I-80 eastbound side, also the Williamsport stretch. 95 northbound side, so from Aberdeen all the way to Wilmington. And I-70, it's slow from Rockville. Highways and byways of Baltimore are looking good. And Washington, D.C., 495 Capitol Beltway on the northbound side, so from 66 all the way out to Tysons and Bethesda. And 66 on the eastbound side, it is so from Tysons all the way to Washington, D.C. 66 to the westbound side, so from D.C. out to Tysons. 395 southbound side, a little slow around the Capitol Beltway. Capitol Beltway on the southbound side, a little slow around Alexandria and around Maryland. And Baltimore Washington Parkway is full from Greenbelt all the way out to Fort Meade. Alright, let's take a look at MBTA alerts at 5:12. PIB branch participated minor delays to disabled train at Park Street. And civil and national bus with minor delays due to traffic. Commuter rail. Framingham Whistle Line trains may experience delays of 10-20 minutes due to truck work. Individual train alerts will follow. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Peter Channel News Time is now 5:13 p.m. on this Sunday evening, and it's time now for a weather report. And 7, we got a frost advisory effect from tonight 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. Monday. The National Weather Service is issuing a frost advisory which is in effect from 11 p.m. this evening to 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Monday. Location southeast of Massachusetts. Temperatures in the mid-upper 30s. Late tonight for early Monday morning, and sensitive outdoor plants may be killed if left uncovered in the low spot sheltered from the wind. Frost advisory is issued for frost during the growing season to protect any vegetation and susceptible frost damage and cover part of plants or bring them inside if possible. Day 1 today and day 2 of 7, frost advisory and special weather statement. Elevated fire weather potential today. Elevated fire managers have advised that it be an elevated fire weather potential for today. 7, New England will be very dry today, with minimum relative humidity values in the teens and low 20s this afternoon. This combined with extremely low fuel moisture will result in elevated fire weather potential today. The typical tide ignition potential. Winds will remain below red flag criteria today, but the accepted dry remains a concern. Alright, 7-day forecast clouds like this. Today, patch fast at 3 a.m. Otherwise, increased clouds about 34 degrees, over about 5 miles per gallon coming in the evening. Monday, patch fast about 64 degrees, light southwest, wind increase at 5 to 9 miles in the morning. Monday night, showers like May after 3 a.m. Clouds got about 42 degrees at southwest, about 6 miles coming calm. Chest patient 6%. New percent less change attempt 1 inch possible. Tuesday, showers may before 5 p.m. 148 degrees in the northeast, about 7 to 10 miles an hour. Gust side 21 miles an hour. Chest patient is 8%. New percent between a 11 inch possible. Tuesday, chance of showers may before 10 p.m. Most clouds go about 34 degrees and north about 3 to 5 miles an hour. Chest patient 30%. Wednesday, Sunday, most clouds about 3 about 36 degrees. Thursday, most clouds about 38 degrees. So that, chance of showers before 2 a.m. Most clouds about 39 degrees. Just to 30%. Friday, part of the podcast about 59 about 40 degrees. Saturday, most of the podcast about 6 about 41 degrees. And for Sunday, most of the skies about 60 degrees. Currently, not near it is fair skies and 63 humidity 14%. That is going to be it for the Peter channel. 5 o'clock news in this April 24, 2069 Peter Havoc. And that evening with a good positive. I'll see you for a late night sign up report right after Sportsman and right after Ever. Right after the Red Sox Astros game. Have a good evening.